So we're fishing the Marsh Lady Red tournament this weekend. Well, Caroline is. I am her captain, technically. It is a ladies only fly fishing tournament here in Charleston for redfish. So we're going to be using the Scout 172 that we restored earlier. I guess it was probably 2 years ago that I've filmed a lot and put on this channel. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and show y'all what we're set up with and how we're going to be fishing that tournament. And we'll walk through. Tonight is the captain's meeting at Free House, and then tomorrow morning starts fishing, and then Saturday. But sitting here at the helm, we're still running the 9-inch Garmin that we've shown before, but I went ahead earlier this summer and had some sea deck made and redid the top of the console, centered the compass, got the trolling motor heading sensor offset, so it fits a little bit better. I had this pouch made, so that actually holds the Minn Kota trolling motor remote perfectly. It's what it was sized for. And then we picked up some of the 2025 Yamaha gauges to replace the digital 6Y5 gauges, I believe is what they are. There's analog gauges with a digital face. Now we have pure analog with the fuel meter at the bottom. I swapped out the multi-spoke 15-inch wheel for a 13-inch wheel, just to give a little more space here at the helm. We've still got the Garmin VHF with the NEMA 2000 connection. And then in here, we're already loaded up with a lot of the fly gear, but we made the switch to these guys. They're the Mustang Survival Hip Pack life jackets, or life preservers. There's 70 pounds of flotation foam, but you do have to wear these the whole time you're on the boat in order for them to count as a life jacket. So of course mine's the gray, Caroline's is the blue in there, but we've really been pleased with how those work. And then here up on the side is that trolling motor remote, and that fits perfectly right there for when we're running from spot to spot. Just keeps you from having to put it completely away in the hatch. And then we still got the Yeti 65, and then got the 80-pound thrust Minn Kota trolling motor, and I did a wire loom just to protect these wires. Here preparing for this trip now that we're doing more fly fishing from the bow. But go ahead and deploy the trolling motor, show y'all this. So the front deck box is really actually an insulated fish box, but we use it for dry storage. So I installed a hydraulic strut because this lid is very heavy. That's where we keep the fenders and the fire extinguisher. 2 things of oil, as you know, we got a 2-stroke, the throw cushion, some extra gear. These little pouches by Yeti, so this is the 1 liter. They make perfect little stash pouches. This one, if you had to guess with it being red, that's our first aid kit. It's easy to grab, it floats, it's waterproof, it doesn't get that mildew boat smell with this material. But this is the Sidekick 1 liter, and then we had a couple 3 liters that we use for various things around the boat. We got the anchor rod for the stern anchor we don't plan on using, and then just some extra dock lines. And then we got some of our sticker collection, which we're about to grow tonight with the captain's bucket that they give us for fishing the tournament. Apparently it's full of stickers. And then there's one Rivers and Glen fly patch in here to stick some of those fast flies to. And then we've got the redfish for some of the other flies. And then back here, so in the leaning post, the leaning post, we got a cast net we keep on the boat. Of course, we can't use that for this tournament. It's flies only, no sinking line or live bait. Extra trolling motor prop, dock lines, paddle, gloves, just some stuff we need to grab. We got a throw rope just with the tide, and then this worked out pretty neat. This is a fish pond line trash can, I guess is what you would call it. I don't know if there's an official name for it. Picked it up from Hadrill's a couple days ago. They call it a biopod micro trash container. But that fits right here in the little side compartment of the taco bag, just to shove all those line clippings. But we actually cleaned out all of the inside of the console, so now we've got all this for dry storage. The trolling motor breakers are up there with the Minn Kota Precision charger. We've got all that floor space to throw, snack bag, towel bag, whatever it may be, any kind of dry good. Go ahead and pick back up later tonight once I get Caroline, and we'll be heading to the captain's meeting at Freehouse Brewery. Film that and just take y'all along this weekend as we do something way new for us, tournament fishing for redfish, especially one where it's on the fly and it's all lady based. But it should be a fun weekend, so see y'all in a little while.
We just got back from the captain's meeting for the Lady Red Rendezvous fly fishing tournament, and this is what was in our captain's bag. So first we got our Marsh boat bag, which will be my new beach bag. It's got a zipper here, it's got these little tabs, and then it's very spacious. And it has like a drawstring and everything. So that's the bag. This is all the stuff that was in it. This is a 20-pound tippet, and that's like the one that we can use in the tournament. So they gave us some of that. I'll go here next. So we got 2 hats, one for the captain and one for the angler. And it's really pretty with the Lady Red logo on it. This is Marsh hat. Then I got I guess I didn't have to pick it up, but it's a Buxton hoodie from Marsh that I can wear fishing, and it says ladies only on the front. It's really soft. Then we got 2 beers, but we're gonna make like beer batter and then just like drain it out of the bottom so we can keep the pretty can. We have 2 Yeti bottles. They're like the Nalgene version of Yeti. And they have the logo on it. Some coffee from this place that I don't know how to pronounce, but it's got a fish on the back. And then we've got this, which is like a lanyard for like your different fishing things that you can put around your neck. And then also some sunglass straps. Of course, we've got our big ruler from Catch. And it's like the official ruler for the tournament, but also a really nice ruler for the future. Bunch of stickers that are all from Marshware and Captains for Clean Water, and then the Catch one that goes with the ruler, as well as some matches, and then these are coasters. Some koozies that have this on it, and as well as Olokai, which is one of the sponsors. Captains for Clean Water sticker. This was really cool. It's a like patch, but it's magnetic, so you can put your flies on it. This came on the bag. It's a keychain with the logo, and then finally a Costa recycled plastic frisbee. So super exciting. All this stuff was part of the tournament price, and yeah, can't wait for tomorrow. Good morning. We haven't done the intro yet, but we are at the boat ramp at Folly Beach, and Brian's getting the boat ready to put in for our Lady Red Rendezvous fishing tournament. so excited. I'm also a little nervous, and other people are starting to get here, and so yeah. But we're gonna put in the boat and go try to find some redfish. Yay!
It's a new day
for new adventures.
So we put the boat in this morning about 7:15 at Folly Beach. And we're over here just in front of Bowen's. There's a bunch of dolphins, but we can't have lines in for about another 10 minutes or so. So we're kind of staged ready. We're gonna try and get up into this creek in front of us, but Caroline's of course the one fishing today. It's a beautiful morning. It's a little chilly. There's a bunch of dolphins, but I'll kind of film a lot while she fishes.
I was thinking earlier about how we say a new day for new adventures, and today is actually a new adventure, just like when we went cross-country skiing in January.
It is.
So it's actually new.
It is a new adventure. The sun is bright, but it's a beautiful morning. Perfect day. There's a dolphin right there.
A baby one.
The sun's starting to come up over the clouds. But we're gonna head up into the creek right in front of us. We've kayaked this area before. I guess it was last summer we kayaked over here. We're gonna see how far we can take the boat up this little creek. I should hit dolphins. So we're back up here behind Bowen's Island, where we've kayaked before. We haven't seen anything. We've seen mullet and a bunch of birds, but we haven't seen any redfish. We've been up in the grass. I think we're going to try and move spots. The tide's rushing in, and it's getting deeper. But we were up in like the grass flats, but didn't see anything in this area. Kind of been using the stick anchor to push us around, and then the trolling motor to help fight the tide and the wind, but we're been in about 1 to 2 feet of water the whole time. Fishing areas that look like that, but I hadn't really seen much action so far. It's a beautiful morning though. We're fighting the tide coming out. It's 9 o'clock, so we've been up here for an hour and a half now. Left that one spot behind Bowen's Island where we've kayaked before. We're heading farther up the river. I think this might be the Folly River. I'm not quite sure. It doesn't say on the map. But we're heading up this direction. We just came from right up there. Caroline's got some snacks. We might have seen one redfish. We don't know. There was something splashing around a lot. We're going to head under Folly Road right there in the distance and keep going farther up into the marsh. It might pick up after the bridge. So in this area, we can try and get back in. And then this big area, this spur that we're heading towards, just make our way that direction. But it's a nice day. We're just gonna keep on looking. But maybe we'll come across something. I mean, we've never fished over this direction before, so we really don't know where we're going. We kind of know what we're looking for. There's a bunch of Coastal Expeditions kayakers that just left Bowen's Island, but it's super pretty over here. There's 2 dolphin. We'll see if they pop up again. tried going, I'll probably miss the dolphin now. We tried going back up in there, but the wind's too strong. That's Morris Island Lighthouse over there in the distance. I think our dolphins are gone. We're heading back over closer to Folly Beach, try and let the island block some of the wind, because it's windy over here. I'm gonna stretch over by Crosby's. It's also deep. Up in the grass is still, oh, there's a dolphin fin, probably missed it. Up in the grass is still like 5 feet deep, all the way up to the shore, so we're trying to find some shallower areas. But we're gonna get to cruising. We made it to a new area. You can see Morris Lighthouse right there, and then the tip of Folly. But we're back here in another flat. It's a little more protected. There's a big sea island in front of us, and then some islands behind us. But there's one other boat up here, 2 other boats up here on the other side of this flat. But lots of birds. We still haven't seen any action, but this area is looking better. It's a little more open. The grass is like even with the top of the water versus where we were. There was still tall grass. It's a little shorter back here. But we're gonna head towards the tree line in the distance. Still just lots of bait fish jumping around. We swapped Caroline over to the St. Croix 10-foot 8-weight with the popping shrimp on the end of it versus the crab. Since we're doing a little more blind casting right now. But you probably can't see, but there's another boat, a guy poling a skiff over there. I think it might be when we were launching this morning from Folly, there was another group. We think it might be them, but there's some butterflies.
Another
Oh, yep, there's another person out in the distance, so I guess we're in the right area. There's now 3 people and then us all within this one area, so no, I hadn't seen anything but people. We're gonna head towards this grass over here and see what we can find. About 11:45, we've stopped and just kind of stuck in the grass, taking a break for eating lunch. Caroline thinks she might have saw one, but it's over like the Black Needle Rush there with that island. We tried pushing across there, but it's just shallow enough that we get almost across and can't, but I think we might be able to cross over and get farther up in the grass at another spot. There's another boat behind this island back there, and then everybody else, I can't see them anymore, but they were back over that way. But we got chicken salad sandwiches, some cookies, and some sun chips. We're gonna take a little break here for a little while and get some energy back, and then keep going. We gotta take out about 4 o'clock, so about 4 more hours or so. Just over halfway done with the day. So straight in front of the boat, there's one.
How do you know?
I can see it.
What do you mean straight in front of
Straight in front of the boat. See that tail that just came up?
No?
See that ripple in the grass?
Yeah. Well, how do I get him to eat?
Well, I'm gonna keep my eyes on him.
Well, don't do the trolling motor.
I'm not doing the trolling motor. He's moving left. We're just gonna keep. Your leader is completely tangled.
Where'd he go?
He kind of went deep, but he's still following in that same general direction. Right where your rod's tip's pointing.
Really?
Yeah, about 1 o'clock. Try and bump the bow that way for you.
Still moving. Fast moving. He's probably long gone. What you weren't gonna do?
I just needed to bump it.
Don't see him anymore.
Well, he was moving pretty quick, so he's going to be in that grass in front of us. So we've kind of moved spots again. We're over in the area where we saw the other boats earlier this morning. We're actually going to come back over to this area tomorrow. Instead of fishing the Stono, we're going to leave the boat over here on Folly, come back to this area. But we were fishing the other side of this string of islands. You probably can't see, there's a boat way out there. And they're just poling along the platform. So we're going to borrow a carbon marine 17-foot push pole for tomorrow. Even though we don't have a platform, and stand on the stern and kind of push around. But it's actually like grassy bottom back here instead of using the trolling motor. But we're going to try and push along this bank for a little while. The tides were like dead high, so I've been watching the grass to see when it starting to flow back out, and we'll make a run out of here because we're pretty shallow. We're sitting in 1.7 feet of water right now, and the grass is kind of just holding us still. We're just scouting for tomorrow and seeing if we see anything tailing again. I think we've seen a total of 5, but they've been cruising too fast, either away from us or straight under the boat, that we hadn't been able to land a good shot at them. Yeah, I think we just turned on the camera. There's a big stingray that just came through the grass. The tide's starting to fall. We marked some waypoints. We saw another one. I don't know if Caroline mentioned it. It was perfect. Caroline saw it tail probably 20 feet in front of us, and then it started swimming towards the boat, and she casted at it right in front of it. She even hit it in the side, but it wanted nothing to do with the crab. But the tide's starting to, we said it was silently falling because the wind is coming right at us from offshore. The tide's falling that direction, and so there's no like ripples or anything in the water. But we started noticing the black line in the grass, and so we were over there at the tree line, so we marked that waypoint for in the morning. But we've just been sitting here in this grass in about 2.5 feet of water, just seeing what passes us. But that's when that stingray cruised across. We're just playing it safe out here right at the grass line, so we can jump to deep water as it keeps falling. But we have I think we got 2 hours before lines have to be out of the water. We're just enjoying our time. It beats a million other things we could be doing on a Friday.
Yeah, it's really pretty. The sport time is blooming.
Yeah, the grass is blooming. I mean, I talked about it yesterday. You don't have to have a skiff to come out here and compete. Sure, it makes it a whole lot easier to push around through the grass when the wind starts blowing. I really feel the 1,500 pounds of this boat.
I'm having fun even though we haven't caught anything, and I feel like I've learned a lot, and then tomorrow maybe I'll catch something. But it's still fun.
It is fun. Feels like we're on vacation because we're in a different area of town. We talked about that just a little bit ago, that if it wasn't for this, we probably never would have put the boat in over here. We typically boat up in the creeks. Yeah, it is like an hour from the house. But we'll be back over here tomorrow morning. Like I said, we'll leave the boat over here on Folly. And next year.
Because now we know where to practice.
We know where to practice, know where to come. We talked about, I mean, it's not that expensive to enter, at least this year. Hopefully the price somewhat the same, but I mean, what you get out of it, dinner last night, a party tonight, a dinner tomorrow night, and then that goodie bag that y'all saw, I mean, it's worth it. It's fun. It's fun for a nice little weekend. Treating it as our vacation for the summer.
And my birthday gift.
And her birthday gift. But we're gonna keep cruising around here. Need to lower the trolling motor. It's just spitting water. Loosen the knob. So we ran down here to this end of Morris Island. There's a sandbar. People looking for shark's teeth. But you can see the lighthouse right there. So that's Lighthouse Inlet Preserve is right here with Folly Beach. You can see all the breakers on the sandbar now. But one time long ago we did take the boat out to Morris right up into the base, but now the whole thing's a sandbar. You can't really get out there and drive up to it. But yeah, we're gonna start heading back to the boat ramp. They're on Folly Beach, but we just cruised down here just for a second, just to explore a little bit, do a little boat riding. We've only burned 5 gallons of gas because we've been pushing everywhere. But the ionic batteries, the trolling motor lithiums, we've been going since 7 this morning, and they're down to 55%, so those are running perfect. Charge them up tonight, ready for tomorrow. But we're gonna go ahead and head back to the ramp, get stuff going to head to Marshware on King Street this evening. But the current sure is ripping here in this channel. Yeah, we're gonna make our way back to the boat ramp, get some stuff cleaned up for this evening. So we're back out here again today. We swung by the Marshware happy hour, but didn't stay long. But we're back out here in the same spot. It's 7:48. The tide's a little different this morning. If you can see behind us, it's still oysters. So we're kind of waiting just a little bit longer for the tide to come in some more, so we can push up a little farther towards the grass. But we're gonna hang out in this bay for most of the day. Yesterday we ended up way back at that tree line. That's the plan today, as the tide starts coming in, and the tide's flowing in, but high tide's at noon today, and it is 7:50. So in about 4 hours all this will be covered in water. Caroline's been birding this morning. The sun just came up.
Good morning. I am feeling more confident today, but still hopeful. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm not even casting right now because I feel like it's a waste of energy, because we kind of figured out what the redfish are doing, and we're just gonna wait for the tide to come up a little more. Because I feel like right now they're still out in like the ocean and the bigger rivers, so we're just gonna wait and enjoy this beautiful morning. on the water.
Since the oyster beds were now back up in the grass. Similar to yesterday. Yesterday we were right at the tree line, and then all this grass, it was just the bright tips with like the flowers sticking out of the water. So we're still a little while before we can really get back up into the shallow areas. But we've just been slowly pushing forward. We've seen a lot of mullet so far this morning, but ate a little snack, and we're gonna keep pushing a little farther, I think. See if we see anything. But it's overcast, so it's making it harder to see things.
There's gnats.
I guess there's gnats too.
Cold. Did you ever look up what the temperature was?
No, I never looked up the temperature.
I looked it up.
I know the water temperature's 73. And there's a good bit of breeze. We're now protected by the trees.
Breeze? That was full on wind.
It was pretty windy. It was probably...
It says it feels like 70.
I believe that.
Actually, it says it feels like 68. The high is only 78. That's for Folly Beach, which is supposed to say.
We're gonna keep making our way up
Let's look at the wind.
where this is. There's some old
Wind.
yeet fish.
11 miles per hour.
Yeah, I believe 11. Would probably gust
I don't know about your guess.
15 to 20. I mean, it was blowing my hat off my head.
Yeah. Gust up to 25 miles per hour.
I think we felt one of those. So we made it back up to where we were yesterday. We saw one tail in front of the boat while we were eating, but it was still, the grass was too thick to try and get a cast at it. But we tried out the push pole, but it's just not moving. This boat's too heavy to kind of move it. But we're gonna make our way slowly back out of this creek towards the open area and go kind of...
Is this the first time with my shirt?
It is the first time with your shirt. She's got our Lady Red Rendezvous shirt on. She got for doing this tournament. We're having fun. It's just frustrating trying to sight fish when you can't push quietly through the grass. But it's still fun. I mean, it's the first 2 days we've ever really given to trying to fish. So continue to practice and try and come up with a better game plan for next year. We're gonna make our way back where we ended the day yesterday. We were seeing some more. It's now pretty deep on this side. So just gonna cruise along at like 1 mile an hour. So we relocated to the other side of this bay. I think right as I was putting the camera away, Caroline saw one tailing. I think I stopped it so we could focus on that. But it kind of darted away. She got like 3 good casts at it, but wanted nothing to do with what we've got. But we're on the other side of the bay from where we were. We were on the other side of that cluster of trees. Another boat showed up. They're out there in the distance, but we're in 1.8 feet of water. Trolling motor's on like 3 out of 10. Super low. We're going with the tide. I'm just gonna hug this bank for a little while and see if we see anything in the shallow water. Go a little bit and then stop and sit and go a little bit, see if we see anything in all this grass.
I just burped. And you were recording.
Just gonna follow this. We saw 3 along this bank yesterday about this time. It is 1:25 in the afternoon.
I feel like there's a lot more reeds today.
Yeah, there are a lot of reeds pushed up over here. But yeah, it's like a foot deep, 1.6. So we're heading back to the ramp. It's now almost 3 o'clock. We gotta head home and come back to Bowen's for the party. We almost had one, like everybody says.
But it was true.
It was true. It was chasing after the chartreuse clouser, and then at the last second it spooked itself and darted off, and then we gave it another hour almost, retraced where we floated and didn't see another one. But it's been fun, learned a lot.
I'm sad, but I want to do it again, and I want to do it again even if it's not in the tournament, but also do the tournament again. Because I almost had one.
You had a lot of shots and a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
We're gonna head back to the ramp and then take y'all along to Bowen's Island tonight to see what's going on there. But we'll try and show the chart. We floated all over the place in this cove, or this flat, just everywhere. Yeah, and this morning all this was the oysters we were showing was all underneath us. If I go to the sonar, there's an oyster mound right there with stuff on top of it. But we'll come back with and fish again. It's our first time like actively chasing tailing redfish, but I see what they talk about with the adrenaline. I was about to jump off the leaning post when that one was chasing Caroline's minnow. So yeah, you can see all the oyster mounds below us. But not doing that type of fishing this weekend. But we're gonna cruise on back to the ramp and see what they got planned for this evening.
We got home late last night and crashed because it was a long 2 days, but last night was fun. We got like a little thing of low country boil and hung out, and I talked to 2 friends that I met from Golden Hour, and we just kind of talked about how we both didn't catch fish, so it must have been hard for a lot of people, but we stayed until they announced the winners, and that was really cool to just celebrate everyone who did catch fish. And it was just beautiful, like sunset right on the river and over the marsh, and yeah, it was a fun night. And overall the whole weekend was just amazing, just spending time outside, learning the behavior of the fish, learning how to cast a little bit better, and just really getting to know what it looks like to fly fish for redfish. We saw all kinds of fun things, even though, well, we got to see redfish, and that was really cool to see them tailing, and they're such pretty fish and have such cool behaviors. We also saw some stingrays, we saw a bald eagle, we saw a spoonbill, wood storks, so many birds. Yeah, so it was just really fun. We also saw a couple of sheep's head that I tried to catch too, but yeah, it was just a great weekend and really sparked my interest in continuing to try to fly fish, for not just redfish, but for other fish too, and also probably do this again next year. So we'll see how it goes, and I'm sure you'll be along watching with us. So that was the end of this adventure. Bye!